Okay, the next thing that we're going to do is we need to create a pivot chart. This is called a pivot table. You can see that it has the same look and feel as a table, but what we're going to do is we're going to do a pivot chart. Now, a pivot chart does the same thing as a pivot table. It consolidates data from more than one area and puts it into a single chart without us having to add more columns with calculations into our table, or into our original table. So what we're going to do, this one's going to be a new one. It's not actually, you can actually base a chart on this pivot table, but we're going to actually make a whole new pivot table. So what we're going to do is we're going to start in our data again. Okay, select anywhere inside your information. Go to Insert. Okay, and then we're going to insert a pivot chart. Okay, so you want to choose Pivot Chart this time. Okay, again, make sure your range selected is correct. Make sure it's a new worksheet. Choose OK. All right, now you can see that our chart that we have is going to be a bar chart. You can see up here, if you look, you can see that there's different, it shows in the bars. What we want is we want a pie chart. So what we're going to do is we're going to start in this upper left-hand corner. Make sure you're on Design. You're in your Pivot Chart tools. You have Design selected. We're going to go Change Chart Type, and we're going to choose Pie Chart, and then choose OK. You can see that all this changes to a pie, so now we know that we're in the right place. So what we want to do is we want to add the job title as our category. Okay, and you can see what it does is it goes ahead and it puts that information. We're creating a pivot table over here. This is a pivot chart. Okay, you can see that it goes ahead and it puts in all the information that we need here. Now, what we want is we want the headcount by job title. Okay, and we don't want CEO in the job description category. So what we can do is we can go here, and we're just going to uncheck CEO because we don't want CEO selected. Okay, again, we're filtering our data. Okay, now click on your pivot table again, or your pivot chart again, I'm sorry. Click on the chart area. Okay, the next thing we want to do is we want to choose job title as the sum values. We have the same thing down here, our sum values. Okay, and so what we can do is just drag sum title, or job title, and actually all of these are going to work because we're just doing a count. So all of these are going to work. You can choose actually any one of the pivot table field lists, and it's going to do the same thing. You can see we've got here 2, 21, 3, 1, and 12. I can drag this back up here, and I can put salary there instead. It does sum of salary, but I can change that, and I can do count. And if we look, same thing, 2, 21, 3, 1, 12. So as long as you have count selected, really you can use any of these categories. We're just going to use job title though, because that's what it says in the instructions. Okay, we do want to do a count of our job title. So this is fine. We don't have to change anything there. Okay, the next thing we want to do is we want to make sure that there's a label on each slice, and we can change the size of our pie too. Notice it doesn't show everything, it just shows administrative assistant, customer service, finance, and manager. So if you want to make it a little bit bigger, okay, we're just going to make our chart bigger, and what that does is it allows everything to show up. So now we have administrative assistant, customer service rep, finance manager, office manager, and software analyst. So we have everybody on the chart now. The next thing that we want to do is we want to add labels. Labels that are going to include this count, 2, 21, 3, 1, 12, so that I don't have to look here, find out what orange means, orange is software analysis, and then I have to go back here and find out that it's 12. So what I want to do is add a label. So I'm going to go to the Layout tab. I'm going to go to Data Labels, and you can choose where you want it to show up. Right now we have none. You can put it in the center of the slice of the pie. The inside end is going to put it right on the inside, on the outer ring. Outside end is going to put it on the outside. Best fit is just going to find where it fits best. I'm going to choose inside end because I want it to show up on each slice of the pie. Okay, so that data label is showing that information. Okay, now if you want to change the data label information, like let's say you don't want the number, the count, you want something else. Maybe you want to include administrative assistant, the job title as well, and you don't want this over here. What you can do is go to more data label options. Okay, we can see here that it gives us options, what we want to put in here. Okay, right now we have value. Okay, show leader lines. Those are just like if you have it outside the pie, it has a line going to the number so you know where it actually fits. If you want to show it as a percentage instead, you can see that we have 12 as the count. It represents 31% of the employees. Okay, so you can do that. If you want, you can do the category name. Okay, this is what I was talking about. So if you want software analyst and how many, this is going to show right here. See, software analyst, I have 12. Administrative assistant, I have 2. Okay, so you can pick and choose what labels you want. I just want the value, so I'm just going to leave it there. I'm going to put it on inside end because I want it inside, actually on the colors for each one. And then I'm just going to choose close. And you can notice you can change the separators too. See, if when I had 2, I had category name. And notice that a comma between if you want it different. You can do semicolon, period. You can do a new line so it shows up. See, now it shows up on 2 different lines. Okay, so you can do how you show the different, how you separate them. Okay, so it just depends on how you want to show it. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of that category name because I don't need it. I'm going to close. And then I need to change the chart title. Now the chart title is here. It's already there. If you don't have a chart title, you just go up here to chart title, choose either centered overlay title or above chart. It doesn't matter. They both look kind of the same. This one will just overlap if it's too long. Center overlay title. Above chart is usually what most people choose. Okay, all you need to do is just highlight that information, and we're going to change the title to head count by job description. Head count by job description. Okay, so there it is. Okay, head count by job description. Okay, and then we need to rename our worksheet. Okay, so I'm going to right click, rename, and I'm going to do, it says heads by job description pie. So heads by job description pie. Again, make sure you check your spelling because that spell check is not going to check your spelling in your tabs. Okay, if you want to add a color to it, maybe you want to maybe make this one red or something like that. Okay. If you want to, you can also format your table. Remember how we formatted our table over here? Okay, you can format your table over here. Since I chose red for the color of my tab, I'm going to use a red format. So I'm going to go to design, pull it down, choose whichever one you like. Just use this to stay consistent. Okay, and what it does is it changes the look of your table. Okay, it just by using that design tab and adding a design, it kind of gives it a little more. It makes it a little easier to read. It's always a good idea to add some sort of formatting to your tables because it just makes them easier to read. Okay, so once you've done that, notice when I click in, this pops up. When I click out, it goes away. Okay, so if you lose that, you can just go over here. Okay. Also, you can in your I think it's an analyze. Yeah, in your analyze tab, list field, the field list right here. See, look, now it's gone. See, even though I clicked in it, it's gone. So if you start freaking out because you don't have one, just click on this field list here. Now come back. Okay, and that's how you do the pivot pie chart.